Hello everyone, it's Jen. Welcome back. So today for you, I'm going to talk about what I read in May and some of my June reading plans. I'm combining these videos this month because May was the worst reading month I've had. Now, I did enjoy what I read, but I only read 4 books, so I don't have a ton to talk about. And then as you probably saw in my last video, if you didn't, I'll try to remember to link it down below. But Amber from Books and Beaches and we created a Booked for Summer game board to help roll and let our fates be decided what we're going to read this summer. So I'm really excited to roll and have fun with that. Lots of fun prompts. Check it out if you haven't checked it out already. But I'm also going to talk about what I need or plan on reading in June for other videos, that kind of things, outside of whatever I roll. So I'm not really sure June's TBR. It's not set in stone there. It's kind of a wild card, but there are a few that I need to finish up or get to for other reasons. So let's just get started. Like I said, 4 books in May that I read, one of which I can't tell you what it's for or what it is. It is for my next round of Read Like a Booktuber, which is coming out soon. So I have 2 books in June that I need to read for that prompt. One of them I'm about 100 pages in, and then I read and finished this, so I'll give you my thoughts later on that one. And then the next one I read This Book Will Bury Me by Ashley Winstead. This didn't fill any of my year-long challenges. I just wanted to pick up the new Ashley Winstead. 5 stars. I was intrigued the whole time. It kept me guessing. It really was cool. It's kind of told in a overview, like tell-all book story, and then they had the flashbacks of, you know, what had happened. And I really liked the cast of characters in here, the way the chat room was set up, and how this group of investigators, we'll call them, kind of grouped up and bonded together. I really enjoyed the aspects of the different inner relationships you got. This was so well done. I mean, I haven't not rated a Ashley Winstead thriller 5 stars. This was so good. Definitely recommend this. Great on audio too. I kind of combo read and listened to this one. And then my girl Abby Jimenez, again, didn't fill any prompts or challenges, but it's what I wanted to pick up. I was anxious to pick this up because I had already had it for almost a month and I haven't read it yet. 5 stars, loved it. Abby Jimenez hits it out of the park again with romance, but yet family drama. It's a romance about 2 very realistic, real people that are very authentic and very relatable and believable. And, you watch them, their relationship connect and grow and all the things alongside with true family drama and hard struggles that are very real life. And Abby Jimenez is amazing. 5 stars. Part of Your World is still my favorite by her, but I did really, really enjoy that one. And then the last book I read and adored this month, was Kristen Hanna. This was a reread for me, The Nightingale. Again, I put a spoiler-filled vlog out of my reread experience. So this is the 2nd out of 6 books I plan on rereading and vlogging for you guys this year. As you probably saw in that video, I won't get into much detail. It was like a 45-minute long video, so you definitely can go over there if you want to hear my in-depth thoughts. But 5 stars, 100% a favorite of all time. This book is just beautifully written and a story that will always stay close to my heart forever. Favorite of all time. Love it. Love, love, love. And I got to tab it up and it was a lot of fun. So that is what I read. Now, I will say I am in the middle of 2 books from May that I have not finished. Janelle Brown's new release is coming out in June. I'm reading on my Kindle. I'll pop a picture here. What Kind of Paradise? This is going really well. Let's see, let's open it up. I think I'm only I'm only 15% in, so very in the beginning, but I love the writing. I've only read one other title by Janelle Brown, and I love that, but this is going really good. So this will be my Kindle read for June that will roll over into June. If I finish it, I probably will just start something new on my Kindle, maybe depending on one of my rolls for Book for Summer. I don't know, but that's my Kindle read I'm finishing up. And then there's another book for my Read Like a Booktuber round that I'm about 100 pages in, which I won't tell you about. So I do have 2 for that to finish in June. What I did not get to in June is Broken Country by Claire Leslie Hall. Like I said, I only read 4 books in May, and it really has to do with work. May is a busy time for obvious reasons. School year's wrapping up and ending, but I also, as a middle school counselor in my district, the counselors are in charge of all the scheduling for next year as well, and that is a beast of a project that includes a lot of data, a lot of moving parts, a lot of opinions, a lot of waiting around for test scores, a lot of feedback from the 5th grade buildings, and you have to collaborate with the 9th grade counselors and the 5th grade building counselors for the kids transitioning in and out, and you have graduation. Not to mention my own kids. May schedules are very busy with promotions and award ceremonies and you name it. I think I went to like 4 different ceremonies where a lot of names were called in like 1 week. So life in May is just busy, and so that's why I haven't really had a chance to read as much. I also got off track with my workout schedule, which I'm planning on getting back to next week, but you know, life's just been busy. So none of this, like any of these books, so none of the books, no. So the books that I plan to read for May that I did not read has nothing to do with the book. I'm still excited to pick them up. In fact, I plan on reading this one in June. This is my Go With The Flow book for May, so I definitely need to read it because my June Go With The Flow prompt is a book within 25 pages of this book. This book for Go With The Flow is the prompt in a different time period from April. So I have to read this. This is going to be the first one I physically pick up in June, and then my June Go With The Flow, you'll just have to wait until I put that video up in the end of June. It'll be quarters 2 vlog, so it'll be April, May, and June. So I'm a little behind, so I don't know what my June pick will be, but you'll find out by the end of the month. But I definitely need to pick this one up next. Also in May, I did not read my buzzword prompt book, and I did not read my on the cover buzzword prompt book. So off to the races was 2, 2, or 2 for on the cover, or no, for buzzword, and then eyes was on the cover. I can't remember which one's which. Anyways, these 2 I definitely still need to read. I'm hoping that my first roll will somehow fit one of these prompts for my book for summer. We shall see. Okay, so for buzzword, June's buzzword is memory words. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of flip-flop. I've already read this one, but Remember Me. So I am going to make this my June book, even though I read it in May, and concentrate on what I had picked out for May, which was 2 or 2 or 2. So I'm going to read this in June. I'm just kind of flip-flopping. But yeah, both of these I need to read also. So far, that is, with my Kindle, 4 books that I need to read in June to kind of finish up May, which is crazy. So that's 4. Then I have 2 books that I need to finish reading for my Read Like a Booktuber. That is 6 books in June. And then I also have to pick out a book for on the cover for buzzword, which is a celestial thing, which I will show you in a second, my choices. So I have to read something for there. And then also for June, I am taking part in Krista and Sarah's read along, and Ember in the Ashes. Book 1 has to be read in June. This is, I think, young adult fantasy, so I'm hoping that'll make it go kind of quick. I'm hoping it'll be, you know, pretty gripping and have me not be able to put it down on top of it being YA. We are following Layla and her family, who's under the Marshall Empire, and they have seen what happens to people that go against the Empire. It's death. So Leia's brother is arrested for treason, and she is forced to make a decision. In exchange for help from rebels who promise to rescue her brother, she risks her life as a spy for them to go into the Empire's greatest military academy. So there Layla meets Elias, who is the school's finest soldier and secretly most unwilling. He and Leia will soon realize that their destinies are intertwined and that their choices will change the fate of the Empire itself. Sounds so good. So this I also have to read in June. And then Sarah and I are buddy reading through John Gwynn's The Faithful and the Fallen series. So we have Ruin is for June. Look at this chunky book. Like, are you kidding me, you guys? This is like I don't know, 746 pages. So yeah, so that's what, 8 books? I've lost count, all for June. And don't forget, I'm hoping that my roles for booked for summer kind of help me out with some of these. And then for June's celestial prompt for buzzword, I have 3 choices. I have The Night Ship by Jess Kidd. I have The Oceanography of the Moon by Glenda Vandera. I read Where the Forest Meets the Stars by her. Loved it. And then also Light from Other Stars by Erica Swiler. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about what these are about. Maybe you guys can help me pick. I'm kind of leaning towards if I roll for a book for summer and a prompt fits one of these, then it's chosen for me. But these are the 3 options. A lot of it also is going to depend on my mood, because thank God I don't have work in June. My last day I think is like June 4th or 5th. And then I will have 7 weeks off for the summer. That is the perk of being in a school district. So I'll have plenty of time to read in June, but I'm really on top of having the time, I'm really going to have to really organize my time so that I can, take the kids where they need to go for summer and do the summer cleaning projects I want to do, make sure I stick to my workout, and also, we have a lake house in the family that we go visit. There's going to be a lot of opportunities to read, but also a lot of opportunities that are fun that will maybe get me sidetracked from my reading. So I've got to make a point, not to mention, sorry, this is so chatty, but not to mention that my reading journal, really behind. I have penciled in April's designs. That is it. You guys, we just finished May. I'm 2 months behind on that, not to mention getting ready for June. So I will be hopefully finding one of these books on audio and listening to it while I get caught up in my reading journal as well. But yeah, okay, let's talk about these celestial themed books. So obviously the cover has the night sky and there's the word stars, celestial enough, right? This one we're following 11-year-old Nita Pappas. She is obsessed with becoming an astronaut. In 1986, in Easter, a small Florida Space Coast town, her dreams seem almost within reach if she can just grow up fast enough. Theo, the scientist's father she idolizes, is consumed by his own obsessions. Laid off from his job at NASA and still reeling from the loss of his newborn son several years before, Theo turns to the dangerous hope of extending her daughter's childhood just a little longer. The result is an invention that alters the fabric of time. Decades later, Nita has realized her long-held ambition that is traveling aboard the spaceship Chala, part of a small group hoping to colonize a distant planet. But as she floats in zero gravity far from Earth, she and her crewmates face a serious crisis. Nita may hold the key to the solution if she can come to terms with her past and the future that awaits her. Sounds really good. Definitely celestial, now that even more so than I thought by the cover and the title. So that's an option. Glenda Vandera's The Oceanography of the Moon. This says, fate brought them together, will their past tear them apart? After the untimely deaths of her aunt and mother, young Riley Mays moved from Chicago to her cousin's Wisconsin farm. Here, she found solace in caring for her adopted brother, exploring the wild nature around her, and gazing at the mystical moon, a private refuge in which she hides from her most painful memories. But 10 years later, now 21, Riley feels too confined by the protective wall she's erected around herself. When a stranger enters the family's remote world, Riley senses something he's hiding, a desire to escape that she understands well. Suffering from writer's block, best-selling novelist Vaughn Orr has taken to the country roads when he happens upon the accommodating, if somewhat unusual, Mays family. He's soon captivated by them, and especially by Riley and her quiet tenacity. In her, he recognizes a shared need to help to keep heartbreaking secrets buried. As the worst moments of their lives threaten to surface, Riley and Vaughn must find the courage to confront them if they're to have any hope of a happy future. A little bit of magic in here as well. Healing powers of nature. Sounds really good. There's that one. And then last but not least, an option is The Night Ship. This has really cool sprayed edges. Actually, don't know if the cover has anything. Nope, just plain cover. But Jess Kidd is who wrote Things in Jars, which I also never read, but I know that's a very loved book. We have one Shipwreck, we have two Misfits, and we have them, it's 3 different centuries. So this is a historical novel. We have 1629 timeline. A newly orphaned girl named Macon is bound for the Dutch East Indies on the Batavia, one of the greatest ships of the Dutch Golden Age. Curious and mischievous, Macon spends the long journey going on misadventures above and below the deck, searching for a mythical monster. But the true monsters might be closer than she thinks. Then we have 1989. We have a lonely boy named Gil, who, after the death of his mother, is sent to live with his grandfather, a fisherman off the coast of Western Australia, among the members of the seasonal fishing community where his late mother once lived. There, on the tiny reef-shrouded island, he discovers the story of an infamous shipwreck. It says, with her trademark storytelling that has been praised as thrilling, mysterious, twisted, but more than anything beautifully written, Jess Kidd weaves a charming and unputdownable tale of friendship and sacrifice, brutality and forgiveness. That sounds good too. Honestly, reading these to you, what these are about, now I feel more confused than I did in the beginning. We will let the fates decide with my booked for summer rolls. That's what I decided. So one of these will also be read in June. Oh boy, I don't think I'm forgetting anything. That was a lot, but it is what it is. Like I said, it's not a competition in May. I just was disappointed because there were some titles in May I was really excited to pick up, and I just didn't have the time to get to them. But that happens. That happens sometimes. Life is happening, and obviously family comes first. Job also comes before this. This is not my real job. This is just a hobby of mine. Reading's supposed to be fun, so I take the pressure off. I'm having FOMO. I just want to read all of it yesterday, right? Yeah, so that's all I have for you today. I hope you guys are enjoying the beginning of summer, and I think summer officially starts like June 20th or something, so technically it's not summer yet, but in my job, in my world, I have 5 more days of work, and then it'll be summer for me. So I'm excited to have the time to get caught up around the house and around in my personal life, and also get kind of back into some of these books that I need to pick up. So that's all I have for you today. Thanks again, as always, for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Happy reading. Bye.